Opening still not working. I had it so perfect too. But this is gonna be my opening song. Try to do this fast because I have a tendency to ramble. Part 1. Apology to all our watchers. Jenny still hasn't posted her intro video, but that's because she's been really sick. She had tonsillitis, and then she had something, and they thought it was mono, but it turned out yesterday that it wasn't mono, and it might just be another form of viral tonsillitis. But she's getting better. I talked to her today, and she actually has a voice, and she had energy to go to all her classes, and for a while she was mute, so she couldn't make a video. And we kind of excuse her, kind of don't. We haven't entirely decided what we're doing about that yet. Chris and I will confer. Part 2. The awesome part of my life lately are the 5 Nerdsome Writers. That's my other collab project. It's on LiveJournal. It's kind of like 5 Awesome Girls, but we're doing it through writing. It's really cool because I was invited to be part of this project by Leah. She's so cute and awesome, and I love her. It's really cool to meet these other girls who, we're from all over the place, and we're different ages, but we're all about the same age. And it's really neat how we came together through the Nerdfighter community on LiveJournal, but it turns out we share all these different things. So I'm going to say something awesome about each of the girls, and then I got to get onto these other parts. Monday is Leah. She's the one that started the project, so, obviously she's awesome. Another cool thing about her is that we corrupt her. Not really, but it's more fun to say. We got her to watch Dr. Horrible, which she ended up loving, and we also got her to join Twitter, and we're probably just a really bad influence on her, but we make her life more awesome. Tuesday is me. Yay. I love Tuesdays so much now, because I get to go on there and everyone posts back to me. It's great, but I love the other days more because I get to read about what the other girls are saying, and now the weekends are kind of boring. Wednesday is Jenny, and she's a lit geek, which we all know I totally love. And in her first real post, because last week we just did the memes, she talked about a comparison with The Collector by John Fowles and Lolita. As an English major, I can totally appreciate that. Thursday is Tony. 1, she loves Inkheart, and who wouldn't? Because it's amazing, and both of you and all watchers out there should read it because it's fabulous, and you should really read it before you see the movie. Tony also introduced me to the MBTI test, which I will get to in part 3. Friday is Hillary. 1, she is not a convict, which is a really dorky joke about my dyslexia. 2, she watches Avatar. And as a weird side note, she also friended Talia, the Whisk Pirate, which is one of my fictional characters running rampant on Twitter. I'll post the link in a sidebar if anyone of you wants to watch her. Mostly she just makes fun of me and reminds me how cold it is here, where it's usually about 80 degrees where she is. Part 3. The MBTI test, which stands for Myers-Briggs Indicator Test. It's a really cool personality test that Tony turned me on to. This one is pretty accurate, and I love it because it's based in psychology, not just somebody sitting at their computer, typing in questions. I came out as an ESTP, which means that I'm an extrovert, that's what the E stands for, and I do stupid stuff like act first and reflect on it later, but I also enjoy a wide variety of people in my relationships. The S stands for sensing, which means that I live mentally in the now and use common sense and practicality to solve problems, which I think we know is true. T is for thinking. If I had known that this section was thinking versus feeling, I wouldn't have bothered even reading the columns because I've just been so crazy lately about the whole thinking versus feeling thing and seeing which friends fit into which category, because I think that's a great way to see how people are different, how they react to things. The last part says that I'm a perceiving person rather than a judging person. I plan on the go, I multitask like crazy, and I work better closer to deadlines. which I think is, true about all writers, or most of them, but especially for me. The thinking versus feeling thing is just something I've been going crazy about lately. I would say generally, Chris and Jen, both of you are emotional people. You deal mostly with your emotions. That's how you act on things. Whereas I am a cognitive person. I have no emotions. That's not true about most cognitive people, but it's true for me. The rest of you in the comments, put if you think you're an emotional person or a cognitive person, because I want to do more about this later, but I really have no time. I don't know what part I'm on anymore. My weird thing for the day are the customers at AF. He had been out to drink with some friends, and apparently when this guy gets a couple drinks in him, instead of talking about, his life's hopes, dreams, complain about work, talk about hot babes, he talks about comics. Yeah, and then he brought his friend in and forced all his comics on them. And they were just so funny. Another one came in and told us way too much information about his personal life. I'm just gonna start putting weird facts in my thing. I don't know why, it's just what I want to do. So, did you know that a bee's wings flap 250 times a second? I did. Challenge, real quick, because I don't have a lot of time left. Chris, you'll get a kick out of this. Tep requested that when I give out the challenge for this video, that instead of using my James Madison coin or any of my other presidential coins, that I use a Ghost of Lincoln coin. So here's the closest I can get to a Ghost of Lincoln coin for you, Tep. Let's say Chris can be Lincoln, and Jenny can be the Lincoln Memorial. The challenge is to act out a scene from your favorite movie. Okay. It's heads. So, Chris. I will see you soon, Chris, and hopefully I'll see Jenny soon. She may or not have a punishment. Arrivederci. Mwah. Love you.